Most business losses aren't caused by bad ideas, they're caused by undefined risk. And so, from a legal standpoint, every transaction has two components: the upside that you, as the business owner, are pursuing, and the downside that you're allocating to gain that upside. So, most people only negotiate the upside. But when lawyers look at a contract, they're trained to do the opposite. They're trained to look at what you're allocating. And so, take a very simple example. Two individuals, let's say they form an LLC. They agree verbally to split everything 50-50, but no operating agreement is drafted. So legally, what have these two done? They've created a business without defining governance, capital obligations, dispute resolution, any type of exit rights. And now assume that one member stops contributing labor but retains their ownership interest. So absent any type of operating agreement, there's no mandatory buyout provision, there's no defined valuation mechanism, there's no clear removal standard for that member. So then the contributing member, the person who's doing all the work now, continues operating while economically diluted, or they have to initiate litigation, likely for a judicial dissolution anyway. And so both outcomes destroy value of that business. Think of another example. Let's say a buyer acquires assets from a small business but skips any type of detailed representations and warranties. So post-closing, they discover that there's unpaid tax liabilities and there's a disputed ownership of, let's say, key equipment. Without some reps and identification in place, that risk that should have been remained with the seller has now shifted to the buyer. And so recovery becomes uncertain, it becomes expensive, and it becomes fact dependent. And again, this is not a failure of business judgment, it's a failure of risk allocation. And that's the distinction lawyers are trained to see. Business people ask, what do I gain if this works? While a lawyer asks, who bears the loss if it doesn't?